Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Joined with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Joseph.
Hello.
And Jehu. Here to talk about Black Panther, the latest Marvel... Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Let me stand corrected. The latest Marvel release, where we find the nation of Wakanda reeling from the sudden and unexpected loss of King T'Challa and the rise of a new enemy from the depths of the ocean with a shared and unexpected tied history and past to the nation of Wakanda. Directed by Ryan Coogler, starring all the same people from Black Panther 1 minus Chadwick Boseman, #RIP, and Daniel Kaluuya, who was probably filming Nope. Newcomers, I think this is correct, Tenoch Huerta.
I love it.
And other people. I don't know anybody else from that fucking Talokan person, but go ahead, Jay.
I just wanted to ask you, did you decide to do such a good job of introducing this because Lake Bell was in this and she made that movie about voiceover artists?
No, but I was very happy to see Lake Bell in this.
I was too. I wish she had a bigger part.
Yeah.
I forgot she made that movie. I was thinking you were talking about the I Know That Voice movie, which I also watched, which is John DiMaggio. But there's also, what is the name of the one that she did?
In a World.
Oh, In a World, you're right. And I also watched that movie. Why do I like voice actors so much?
Yeah, I don't know. I
turned to Christian 5 seconds into this movie and said, is that Lake Bell?
Yeah. Guys, what did we think of Wakanda Forever?
Man, I mean, this movie had a lot to overcome. It lost its star and had to basically, work around that. And I think they did a pretty good job of it. I think it's a little long. Definitely think there's some fat they could have trimmed, but overall, I like it, except for one big important thing that I think we can't get to till spoilers.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's a similar opinion. I think it's probably better than Transformers, but it's definitely not. I mean, I don't think is going to be the same kind of cultural impact as the first one, but also I just think qualitatively, by any numbers is not as good. It's partially just because it's a little long, which I think some of it was necessary, which we will talk about, I'm sure. But I think it's good, but I wish it was better.
I definitely think it's better than Transformers, but I didn't love it. I agree with you fellas. Listen, it's too long. Everything with Martin Freeman, as sexy as he may be in this movie, is
I know he's jacked in this movie.
Yes, he looks very good. But totally unnecessary.
100%.
Hey, on Martin Freeman, do you guys ever have any songs that, like, when you hear the intro, you're like, man, I recognize this, and I think this song is a banger. But then when the song actually starts, it's a bitter disappointment.
Uh-huh.
That's that fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers song he was listening to.
Dude,
like every time I hear that, I was like, oh man, this is going to be a kick-ass, like, Franz Ferdinand song or something like that. And then Anthony Kiedis starts his bullshit.
Yeah.
Bummer. Anyways, go ahead.
Anthony Kiedis is the Joe Rogan of lead singers.
I don't even know what that means.
It means everyone thinks he's good, but he's fucking not. Everyone thinks Joe Rogan is a funny comedian or a good podcaster, and he's neither. And that's exactly how I feel about the fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I thought you were going to say something about Anthony Kiedis, like, subtly promoting right-wing agendas to the 25 and under generation.
But wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Look, I don't hate the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I would have an above-ground pool if I had a bigger backyard. But they occupy a larger spot than they should.
Yes. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. I have more feelings, but I'm choosing not to share them. Having said that, the good Red Hot Chili Peppers are produced by incredible producers, not because the Red Hot Chili Peppers are good. I think, I really like this movie, but I didn't love it. And to that point, like, this movie feels like it lacks a main character. And I feel like that's intentional, and I feel like it gives Chadwick his due, but I think it's to this movie's detriment, and we cannot let that continue into Black Panther 3.
I definitely think that the lack of a protagonist main character makes Namor feel like the main character. And that doesn't help that Namor is, a lot of the later day Marvel movies, the villains have a point of view you can get on board with up until a point. And Namor may be the one most like that. Like through most of this movie, I was just kind of on that dude's side.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't agree with that take about the main character because I feel like one of the things that the first Black Panther really established was it was an ensemble cast movie and not a Chadwick Boseman movie, because I don't believe that movie holds on its own without the supporting cast.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but do you not? I mean, like, I feel like the shadow of Chadwick Boseman is on this movie.
Well, I agree with that. I just don't necessarily think that's. I think that's. Well, are we in spoilers yet? I guess it doesn't.
Well,
really
I was about to say to really discuss this, we'd have to get into spoilers because there is a main character, but it's the least interesting person in the movie.
My point being, I don't necessarily think that's a negative. I'm not counting it as a detriment to this movie. I think you probably was the right decision for this film, but I think that kind of does hinder this movie, and hopefully it's the only time we do it. I think going forward, whoever the new Black Panther is, that has to be the main character of the film.
Well, Chadwick Boseman probably won't die again, so you're probably on the right track.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely, particularly in the big Namor fights and stuff, I was thinking, man, this is really cool. But how much fucking cooler would it be if this was Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah. Overall, I'm going to say better than Transformers.
Oh, yeah, better than Transformers.
Yeah, totally.
We'll get into spoilers now. So spoilers from here on out. But to follow up directly on where we're at, I feel like we talk about the bloat in this movie. There's a required amount of time in this movie to grieve the loss of both Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman, like in universe, which I think is like necessary, but also is what makes this movie 2.5+ hours long.
Right. Well, I think also what makes this, movie too long, and without, they say the story was very much the same. So I think what probably happened in this is the parts in this movie that most of the Black Panther parts went to Shuri. Most of the T'Challa parts went to Shuri in this. And most of the Shuri parts went to, what's her name? Riri Williams. So I think they probably had to write that character in. And as soon as they did that, they were like, okay, they should have thought, okay, this movie is too big. Let's cut all the shit out with Martin Freeman and Elaine.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think the Martin Freeman bits are useless. I don't know what they add. The entire concept of like the United States bombing, whether Talokan or Wakanda, I get that there may be political real world overtones there. I don't think it does anything to enhance the plot of this movie, because the ultimate like concept we're trying to prevent is Namor overrunning the world, like destroying the world in protection of Talokan. And so I don't get what the presence of that like American subplot with the CIA and all that. I don't know what purpose it serves other than Jehu. You're right. Like that was supposed to be there, but honestly, I don't think it needs to be there. I don't know what it adds to this film. And truthfully, that probably only saves 10 or 15 minutes, but I think that 10 or 15 minutes would have gone a long way.
It would be a useful 10. I'd take it. Yeah. Do you think Marvel has a thing where there's like, we need some white people in this? Just somewhere.
I mean, I think it was probably more crass than that of, hey, we need something in this that's advertising the next thing.
I mean, I agree with you, but I don't even know what that is besides Elaine being in this movie.
Right.
Like, did you pick up on anything in those scenes that was referencing Thunderbolts?
No, it was totally just, hey, these people will probably be in Thunderbolts. But there was in no way that it was like mentioned.
Because this is their first time in a movie, not on one of the TV shows, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that I think Hurt might actually be onto something here.
Well, no, I take that back. She's in the end credit scene of Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
You're right. That's the first time you see her, I think. But that was, that went straight to Disney Plus. That was like peak COVID. So it's hard to even count fucking Black Widow.
I mean, that's where I watched it. I watched that at home. Things that are good about this, I love the guy who played Namor. They drastically changed Namor's whole deal, and I was fine with it because they got the essence of what Namor was about. And man, going into this, my biggest worry was the flappy ankles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think I told you guys on here before that when I had read Namor comics, I had never pictured the ankles as being flappy. After watching them for 3 hours, I fucking love the flappy ankles. When Shuri molests the flappy ankles,
I was about to say it's used to great effect.
Right. I turned on her. I was like, fuck Shuri. Don't mess with the flappy ankles. Is there anyone in this movie that you don't think would have been a better choice for Black Panther than Shuri?
There's the list of people who I think would have been a Black Panther in this movie is several people long, Hurt.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think literally everyone in this movie would have been more likable in that spot.
I think they go such a long way for God, this feels wrong. Like I feel bad saying it, but it goes such a long way to make Shuri suffer so much from the grief of losing T'Challa that it's almost like you feel so bad for her that if she couldn't come back, you would believe it. You would be like, I get it. She's just broken now.
Right.
Right. And because of that, like my mind says I would have rather seen M'Baku or Joseph and I are on Lupita's, like we're conductors on that train. She fucking everything. Lupita, even Okoye. Like I think if you had especially what happens with Queen Ramonda and her being discarded, like Okoye being the new Black Panther, I feel like all three of those choices make more sense than Shuri just being this extremely angry and broken character. And then you put all the expectation on her of being the Black Panther. It's a hard narrative bridge to jump, in my opinion.
And
I'll tell you who else I think could have been better. Fucking Queen Ramonda. Angela Bassett was so fucking good in there. Like, she is criminally underused. She's fucking great.
And to counter Hurt's point here earlier about, kind of not copying and pasting, but cut and pasting, I guess, plot points to different characters after Chadwick died. Would this movie work if we had just done like a normal Black Panther movie with T'Challa in it? Because fucking Namor is not very different from Killmonger as far as like intention or motivation.
Right.
No, and to that point, Joseph, I think obviously the scene with Killmonger is the best scene in the movie. I mean,
100%.
It's killer.
Yeah.
And it works so well, I think, because of how much Shuri relates to him in that moment, and also how similar Namor is to Killmonger in motivations. If it's T'Challa, like, what is it? T'Challa never needed to learn the lesson of Killmonger. And, like, what's 2.0? Like, what do we need from there? I do think Namor only works because someone else needed to learn the lesson, but I'm a little disappointed that we went back to that well a second time, basically.
Right.
I mean, that's fair. I will say, so on a similar note, I'm sure you guys have read, well, I mean, you could also just watch the movie. Apparently, some people watched the movie and read like a semi-romance thing between Shuri and Namor, like in the movie. Apparently that was a more intentional push early on, but test audiences did not like it. But I'm kind of curious why, because I think that is kind of the point, is that when they first meet, when she voluntarily goes down to, I can't remember the underwater city, Talokan, they're in very similar spaces where she's still just like, very angry, and they both have a similar mantle of responsibility kind of being thrust on them. And I like seeing attractive people mash their faces together. Why not?
Yeah, I agree. I liked the slight romantic bend, and I didn't know that it could have been more, but if it could have been, I would have liked that because they were good together.
Yeah, I thought they had great chemistry together, those two. But that does bring up the other thing I dislike about this movie. As much as I praised Ryan Coogler for building a culture in Black Panther 1, what a fucking disappointment Talokan Khan is in this movie.
Right.
There's a bit when Namor's like, I gave my people the sun. Motherfucker, turn that on, because we can't see what's going on. It's dark as shit.
In general, this is a very dark movie, and I don't mean in tone. I mean, it's hard to see in places.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with how Telecon was presented. On the flip side to that, Ludwig Göransson fucking delivered.
Nailed it.
His music for both Telecon and Wakanda and the individual characters' themes all fucking kick ass.
Like fucking the switch to like Shuri's theme, where you know she's like the technology-minded one, you know, the innovator in Wakanda to like add kind of that 80s techno feel to it. I fucking loved it. It's outstanding. Yeah.
He's so good. I've been watching a lot of Community and New Girl lately, so I am all about
too.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm all about Ludwig Göransson right now.
Yeah. There's a part of me that wants to hate him. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a certain part where this is in a different podcast that we don't do that we could do about like movie scores, but like there's like something that annoys me about the fact that he's just sitting in a fucking soundproof studio playing on a MIDI keyboard as opposed to like writing shit for an orchestra. Like there's like a different feel to it, but at the same time, it fucking kicks ass. I can't be too mad about it.
Yeah. I mean, I know we're talking a lot of shit, so I want to say some things that I love.
Sure.
Queen Ramonda, Angela Bassett, fantastic.
Outstanding.
I do think Letitia Wright does give a great performance as Shuri. Yeah. I don't know that I always love the choices they make for her, but I think she fucking kills it. But above all else, Hurt already kind of said this, fucking Namor is awesome.
Like,
so before we get into this, I want to take a moment to say, like, you know, I
you wish his dick was bigger.
I mean, I do wish his dick was bigger. I mean, it is bigger, but I wish they would show it. You know, I, like most people, made a big deal about pronouncing names right for the last 2 or so years.
Namor.
And like when Namor fucking shows up and explains his backstory and calls himself Namor. And then fucking for the rest of the movie, everyone continues to call him Namor. I was like, well, okay, guys. This feels a little shitty, but all right.
I mean, I just want to say they change absolutely everything about him while maintaining exactly who he is. And I think that is fucking killer. We talked behind the scenes about doing like a Black Panther, Black Adam combo episode, and I don't know that we're going to get to Black Adam, but I do want to hit on this point. Namor is the character The Rock thinks Black Adam is.
100%. And oh my God. Absolutely.
Fucking not. He's not. And it's so crazy these movies came out 2 weeks apart from each other because, like, Namor is exactly what The Rock thought he was playing, and he misses every target possible. But this fucking dude who, like, just learned English to play this fucking character.
Is that true?
Movie. I don't know that it's true, but I know he doesn't speak a lot of English. I've watched interviews with him. It's a second language. He was like learning English on the set of the movie. Fucking nails it.
Yeah, he kicks ass, man.
And like the entire character of Namor is like, I'm a protector of my people. I will protect the world only when it benefits the people I care about. Other than that, I'm a super dick. And that comes through perfectly in this movie, no matter what they change. And I fucking loved it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, you put it exactly right. This is the movie that The Rock thought he was making, and then just I don't think had the skill to do it. Whereas this guy really did. You know, going back to this, there's no way The Rock was ever going to let a girl tear off his flappy ankles. You know, so I mean, I think that's what hinders The Rock.
I mean, I think Hurt to that point though, like the issue is this is who Namor is in the comics.
Right.
Like even if you've changed like backstory and created this like Mesoamerican society, which I all thought was super cool.
Right.
But like tonally, that is who Namor is.
Nailed it 100%. Exactly.
There is nothing like that for Black Adam.
No.
In the comics. He is a Shazam villain and a like B or C tier Justice League villain. There's none of this anti-hero, maybe I'll protect the world if it benefits my people bullshit. Like he's a bad guy. That's who he is. And so it's weird The Rock chose that character, in my opinion.
And I honestly, my theory on why he did it is he was trying to relitigate the Scorpion King.
Oh, for sure.
He was trying to make, no, this is the movie I was going to make with the Scorpion King.
It's so important to know that the Scorpion King still is awesome. I love the Scorpion King.
Well, that was the next thing I was about to say, but somehow made a movie way duller.
It is. It's worse. It's way worse than this. Well, look, that's not where we're at right now, but yes.
Yeah. I also want to say that as to changing his backstory, they 100% looked at it and said, hey, you know what? This guy's origin is exactly Aquaman's. They're not similar. They're the same exact origin. And they could have just stuck with it and done it better. And they would have done it better. But they were like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just build it from the ground up and do something of our own that's better. And it works so well. And it is exactly what the character should be. I can't wait to see more of him.
Yeah. I don't know if this is something he was going for, but Ryan Coogler is very good at making hot villains.
Yes.
He is. For sure.
He is very sexy in this. Even with his flappy ankles.
I know it.
Like that shit.
You think you couldn't overcome that?
Yeah.
I mean, having said that, I would say I know a lot of people don't like comic booky bullshit. When a movie is too comic booky, they get turned off. They want the real, whatever. I think that's crap.
Right.
I love the one lines of dialogue they created to justify all the shit with Namor. They gave us a reason why his name is Namor. They gave us a reason why he has to be naked all the time.
Right.
I loved even like the Shuri explanation. We need to make the suit look different. Let's have some Killmonger influences. Like, I think all of that works really well in this movie. Even if it's just one stupid line of dialogue, I bought it. I was into it.
Man, speaking of comic booky bullshit, I wish I would have been in an auditorium full of people to see this. I saw it on like a Sunday afternoon 2 weeks later, so I didn't really have a bunch of people. But I wish I would have been like a sold out show, because I bet some geeks went fucking nuts for that Imperious Rex shit.
It didn't in our theater.
Yeah. Well, fuck those people, because that shit was dope. I went nuts all by myself.
I did want to, I don't know how much time we have left, but how fucking good is that end credit scene?
Oh, it was great. It was maybe the best scene in the whole fucking movie.
Yeah. Do you think that's because there's a little bit of like happiness and letting go in that moment where there's none in the rest of the film?
Maybe. Yeah.
I just feel like we needed more of that. And honest to God, the character we get it the most from is fucking M'Baku, and which was not it's kind of an odd character choice, but Winston Duke's so pleasant, I bought it.
Dude, I tell you something, as soon as I saw the Atlantean villain Akuma was in this movie, I was like, fuck yeah, we're gonna get M'Baku versus Akuma.
I did too.
We didn't, and that was really disappointing for me.
They're both still alive. It could still happen.
That's true.
The only thing else that I really, kind of disappointed me, and this is like one of my dumb, read comic things, is like, they fucking totally changed the Midnight Angels, and I didn't like that.
Look, all of the Iron Man suits in this that are not Iron Man suits look like absolute fucking trash.
Dude, the Midnight Angel suit look exactly like they do in the comic book. That is a page-to-screen interpretation.
Look, that's fine, but they still look like trash.
That is another 4 minutes they could have cut out this movie. Anything about giving, anybody else an Iron Man suit. It was fucking stupid. Particularly if you are introducing Riri Williams, which is not a character I enjoy, but she should have been the only fucking Iron Man in the movie.
That is a good point.
She's going to be Iron Man.
And I want to note on that. I know you've mentioned her. I don't know. I have never read any Ironheart comic books or anything, but I think, casting wise and just kind of the base characterization we get in the small time we spend with her, I like Riri Williams. I think she's an interesting character, but we spend a total of 6 minutes of screen time with her.
The movie version of her is way better than the comic version, and yeah, I like this actress a lot.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Riri in this movie. Not that I expected not to, but I had a lot of reserves that I don't know how it was going to go, and I think she fucking kills it.
Is there anything else we wanted on Black Panther?
Well, I will say that I made 2 predictions. They were both wrong. Dr. Doom was not in this movie, but I still stand by my reasoning. And number 2, the Midnight Angels debuted, whatever the fucking word is, in the Latvian Wakandan War and Doom War in the fucking comics. So, listen, I think there was plenty of reason to believe he would have been there. Number 2, I said there would be multiple Black Panthers. I think that's still fucking true. Whether that happened in this movie, did not. But with all those fucking heart-shaped herbs, I highly doubt we don't get a M'Baku Black Panther sometime in the near future.
I mean, that would be pretty fucking rad.
That's going to be a great suit. I can't wait for that suit.
He's so giant.
I know.
Who the fuck would beat that guy?
Put the fucking fur on there.
Right.
Have you guys heard the new theory is that in Captain America, First Avenger, it's like stolen vibranium makes his shield, but that the serum that Steve Rogers takes is actually heart-shaped herb.
No.
Oh, right on.
That they stole both vibranium and the heart-shaped herb. It actually makes a lot of fucking sense.
It does. I think there are a lot of things that Ryan Coogler tried to do on this that didn't necessarily succeed. Like, I think the whole Talokan stuff, I like the idea of trying to be more like faithful to like really do an underwater city as opposed to a bunch of CGI nonsense from Aquaman. But I think practically it just did not work out.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the idea of like fighting on the side of the giant ship, it's a cool idea, but functionally, it just didn't look that great.
It didn't.
It's just one of those things where I think they were great ideas on paper. Then you put the money and the people there, and you're like, this wasn't as good of an idea as I had hoped it was going to be.
Everything on the ship looked awful.
Yeah,
like the whole ship scene looked bad. It kind of looked like the special effects level of Sky Captain of the World of Tomorrow, a movie I love, but that is like 25 years old. It should look better than that.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it's probably top 3 of Phase 4, but
it's had a relatively low bar to clear. But yeah,
had some issues with it. I still think generally I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to watch it again, but I'll watch it from the comfort of my home, probably over 2 or 3 days.
I could not have said that better myself.
All righty, well that was Black Panther. Is it Wakanda Forever?
That's correct.
Okay. Yep. I said that out loud, and then I was like, that doesn't seem like it could really be what they called it, but it is what they really called it. I'm assuming we're moving on from Black Adam, because fuck that movie.
Yeah, fuck that movie. It sucks balls.
Okay, that's good.
The only good thing I'll say about that movie is the only time it even felt remotely real is anytime Pierce Brosnan was speaking.
Yeah,
Pierce Brosnan's great. No doubt.
The suit looks good. He's good. That mustache is fucking sexy as fuck.
Right.
Terrible movie.
Yeah, you guys watched that together, right?
Oh yes. Yeah, did you? I hope you watched it with Sarah, because I would be so mad if I watched that movie by myself.
That's what I wanted to tell. Because I imagine when you guys watched it, even though it was a bad movie, it was probably a fun experience.
It was, yeah.
I watched it by myself, and it was one of those like questioning what the fuck am I doing with my life moments. It was so bad.
Well, it's good. You've confirmed my hypothesis, because I was like, I would be so angry if I saw this by myself.
And one other thing I want to say about it, and then I will shut up about it. Have you ever had like a friend who broke up with a girl, but they just wouldn't shut up about them afterwards? And you're like, why did you break up if you can't let this go, if you have to always bring it up?
It's so important to know that is me. I'm the person that did that, but
for sure.
That is the WB and Zack Snyder. Because I mean, this movie completely has the Zack Snyder aesthetic all the way through it. Move on from that dude if you're going to fire him.
What's crazy about apparently Henry Cavill doesn't have a contract. Like The Rock set that up, but there's no contract for him to come back. Like people are like fucking, oh, he's back. And it's like, no, the fuck he's not. Like he's not.
The funny thing about that is that The Rock, I think his whole stance now is like, hey, I know nobody's watching this movie, but I brought Henry Cavill back.
Yeah, they brought him back.
All the press he's doing now.
They knew the movie was gonna bomb. They thought that would be the thing and it made like 250 mil. Like it just sucked. I think The Rock genuinely thought they would put him in charge of DC Studios. I really believe that.
No, 100%. I think he thought that they were gonna build the whole thing around him.
And then they went and hired a Marvel guy who's just going to make Marvel again. And listen, it's a way better model. I'm much more excited to see what he has to do.
Right.
We'll take it.
That's probably enough about Black Adam. We don't need
that's fine. You're right.
Worse than Transformers.
Way worse than Transformers.
Yeah.
What have we been watching the last couple weeks, guys?
I watched Don't Worry, Darling. And since Hurt talked about it, I'm going to talk about it. My conclusion to that is that rich people need to hire just one person. Then their entire job is to say, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because this movie is evidence that rich people think they only have good ideas.
Right.
And they don't. Hopefully Elon buying Twitter is the lesson everyone will learn. But if not, don't worry, darling, should qualify as well. In Nope, there's this scene where like keep showing like a black guy riding a horse, and it's like the first thing ever on camera, and they just keep replaying it. It makes sense in that movie. It has a place. In this movie, there's a bit with ballerinas that I have no fucking clue why it's in this movie.
Right.
I don't understand it. They just wanted to shoot ballerinas in black and white and then keep showing it. It doesn't fucking make sense. Right. I will say this. Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, whatever his fucking name is, Harry Styles, they go to town on each other. They're very attractive. I'm not mad that happened on my TV screen.
Right.
But when you are constantly, listen, everyone wants their shit in somebody else's mouth. I understand. But when it happens that much to a person that attractive, you should know you're in a simulation. You should know. Spoilers for that movie. But fucking listen, if Harry Styles is going down on you every day, you are not in the real world. I don't care if you're as hot as Florence Pugh. It doesn't make sense. No one puts someone else's shit in their mouth that often, no matter how hot they are, every single fucking day. You are living in The Sims. That is how everyone plays The Sims. You're just trying to fuck the AI. Listen, that's what's happening.
I would also like to add to that point, for a movie that was supposed to be, those scenes are supposed to be so empowering of female sexuality. That's just the rapiest movie ever made.
Yeah. Fucking get on this table. I'm eating you out. Fucking shut up. It's happening. It's fucking weird. And I didn't enjoy it. I wish it was better because, like, I think Nick Kroll deserves a chance to be in a serious movie. Right. I fucking think Chris Pine is good in it. I think Florence Pugh is good in it. I think fucking Harry Styles is totally fine in it. But Olivia Wilde makes every fucking mistake possible. There are 5 or 6 better episodes of Black Mirror that handle this exact topic. It's way too fucking long. Don't watch it. It's worse than Transformers. What else did I watch? Oh, I started Wednesday, and that show's pretty good. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's fine on my television. I will say this, Jenny Ortega, fucking killer as Wednesday Addams. So good. I know, I understand, I appreciate that Tim Burton looked at the original Addams drawings and thought, you know who looks like fucking Gomez? Fucking Louis Guzman. And I get it, but he's fucking terrible in this show. He's so bad. I get that he looks like a cartoon character. It's fucking stupid. Right. It's great. Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia Addams. Awesome. Like, that dude just takes me out of it. He's fucking terrible to look at. He's got terrible dentures in it. I get that he looks like the original drawings, but he's not a good actor, and he doesn't. My eyeballs don't like seeing him on screen.
Do you understand how much more press this would have gotten if it was Oscar Isaacs and Catherine Zeta-Jones just feeling each other
hot?
Up?
It would have been so fucking hot. It would have been too hot. I wouldn't have been able to handle it. But the show's pretty good. I don't think it's stellar, but it's pretty good. I don't know what Brienne of Tarth, what deal she's made with Netflix, because she's in fucking everything they make right now. But good for her. She's getting a paycheck.
Maybe I'll give this another try, because I literally watched it like for 4 minutes and saw, oh, she's got mental powers. Nope.
I mean, that I had a very similar reaction to begin with. Truthfully, I did. Right. But I've stuck it out, and everyone's pretty good.
Right on.
All right, Hurt, your turn.
Well, I was going to ask you, did you watch The Midnight Club?
I didn't. I love Mike Flanagan so much, but I have not watched it.
I knew you did, so I figured you would. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it. I liked Midnight Mass a lot, but this one just started in a hole for me because it's, about cancer kids in a hospice dying, but they're also fucking sexy. Like, I understand you gotta sell the looks on TV, but none of these people look bad. Like, I don't know. I found it a little hard to follow. I think it might have been made for binging, and I didn't, because the whole premise of it is, these guys get together every night. and tell their own little horror stories. So there's the horror stories within the horror stories. And those stories have ongoing narratives that go from episode to episode. And I honestly just got lost in it. I may try it again sometime, just more based on how much I'd like the previous series than this one. But I'm not going to go as far as to say worse than Transformers, but I didn't love it.
That's disappointing to hear.
But again, like I said, I think it might be built for binging. I think you've got to really stay on focus with all the different threads going on. The only other thing I want to talk about, just because it was fresh, hot off the press of today, there's a new Metallica single, and I like it.
Okay.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Metallica has not knocked it out of the park in a long, long, long time. And, it just seems like the style they play in, age can't be on their side. Doing thrash drums at 70 seem like it's going to be impossible. But this is pretty killer. It's very reminiscent of, first record Metallica, sort of Motorheady, sort of new wave of British heavy metal. It is just concerned with being fast. I don't love James Hetfield's modern voice. I liked him better before he could sing. But he does a pretty good job in this one. And Kirk Hammett was once described by an author as being both the most underrated and overrated guitar player of all time. And man, this might be the guitar solo that just cinches that award. It is so stupid and so fun and so fast. But, I've already seen on the internet, metalheads have already decided they hate it. But, fuck them. I don't live in metal land. I'm at most a tourist, and I enjoyed it a lot. Worth checking out. That's it. That's all I got.
I like to think that it means more when you like a Metallica record, Hurt, because I think, if I remember correctly, you also think that Lars Ulrich is a piece of shit.
Oh, I do.
And so I feel like you have to overcome that extra little level to really enjoy something.
They are guys that I would really enjoy disliking, but they seem to have settled into a groove in their old age that's becoming more likable.
All right. I'm going to follow up on a thing that I talked about the last time we were here, just because it took me 50 hours to finish all the way, which is God of War Ragnarok.
All right.
One of the things I failed to sell people on when I was explaining it was, I mentioned that kind of the A-tier Norse gods are in this one, but I failed to mention that Thor is played by, I don't fucking know the actor's name. It's Gary Bertier from Remember the Titans, who's also in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And most importantly, Odin is played by fucking Toby from The West Wing.
Hey,
wow.
That reminds me, the one thing I meant to mention about Black Panther that I didn't. If you look in the credits, Toby Ziegler doesn't have a name. So I think it was supposed to be Toby Ziegler.
Okay.
I think
it's
the
the
West
same
Wing
character.
takes place in the Marvel Universe.
Why not?
It definitely felt just like Toby.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's just that guy's thing.
Right.
It felt more pro-war than Toby was, but
Right.
It felt like Toby.
Uh-huh.
Right. It seemed like him, which I don't think he would be able to hold that position after the end of the show. But, most people didn't watch it after Sorkin left anyway. So I'm still going with the West Wing takes place in the Marvel Universe.
Why not?
He is listed as U.S. Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Toby.
And Odin. So what's up, Odin?
Yeah, but in this game, he's Odin. Look, the game takes a really long time. It's too long. It's too big. I feel more negative about it because of how positive other people are about it. Because it's good. It's very good, in fact. But it's definitely it's not great, and it's not even close to as good as the first one. I don't think. I think the first one's got a much tighter narrative. One of the things that I think is the most surprising. So for anyone who's not aware, actually, Hurt specifically, do you know anything about the God of War series?
I played the first one and the one that was on PSP. So
Okay, perfect. So that's exactly so. They made a hard tonal shift in the PS4 whatever game, which is I think is supposed to be kind of this symbolic growth of both the character, but also like the video game industry as a whole, right?
Right.
It's a very like much more mature take. I mean, for the original games are, I think famous and sold on kind of this, absolute gratuitous gore of violence, cursing, interactive sex scenes. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous fucking shit on earth. Which, I mean, admittedly, once you start the whatever it is, 2018 God of War, like it's a completely different game. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. But it's so strange to me, having played this game, that if I was going to like compare it to another game, it is, I mean, not even just like a little bit, like way closer to like Kingdom Hearts than it is the fucking original God of War. It is, and I don't even know if it's borderline. It is kind of a schmaltzy game. Like it is heavily sentimental. They go kind of way out of their way to give everybody, what's the word I'm looking for? What do you call it when somebody's got like a legitimate motivation? I can't think of it.
Legitimate motivation?
Well, yeah, but like they give everybody kind of enough of a characterization, enough of a motivation that like you get it from their side. And, even though people do things that are counter to what you want to do, they're still like, they're doing the right thing from their perspective. And I was like, well, come on, guys. Some people are just jerks. They do have one character, it's Heimdall in this game, who is just a jerk. And he's the most fun character. So look, it's better than Transformers. It's, I think if you like this style of game, particularly if you like the gameplay, the first one, the gameplay is exactly the same in this one. It's fun, but it's definitely not like great. On the absolute flip side, I went to go see the new, is it Martin McDonagh, I think, is the director? Is that right? Same guy who did In Bruges. He came out with a new movie this year with the same main people, which is Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, called Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, yeah, right. I've heard good things about this.
It's fucking outstanding.
Right.
So like the premise of In Bruges, if you've never watched it, first off, watch that movie. It's fucking outstanding. But it's kind of these two hitmen who are on like a forced sabbatical sort of thing, who end up like forming kind of this affection and bond by accident. And it's really, I mean, it's just like a well-written thing. It's really well acted, and it's very, I don't know if heartwarming is the right word, but like it hits you in the feels, I think. This is very much the opposite movie, where it's a super small town in Ireland, and it's like two best friends, Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, who one day Brendan Gleeson just says, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. And it just ruins everybody's time. It's just like, there's no, I can't go into like the specifics of it, but like there's no more to it than that. It's just one guy says he doesn't want to be friends, and Colin Farrell is like, well, but you do kind of want to, right? Like, I still want to. And it just blows just way out of proportion. And it's just, it's outstanding. It's the best movie I've seen this year. I love it so much. I would go watch it again today.
Well, I love that premise. That's a great premise.
Yeah, 100%. Especially if you like In Bruges, you'll love this movie, I think. I will say my buddy Zach said it was darker than he expected. So if you're expecting a happy ending, it's not that movie. But it's a lot of fun. I really loved it. So Banshees of Inisherin, I think it's still in theaters. Go watch it if you haven't.
Right on.
So we got a backlog,
Yeah.
We got Tales of the Jedi. We got Andor, which I still haven't watched. We got, what was the other things? Guardians of the Galaxy. We haven't done news in a million years.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about, we mentioned in this episode the James Gunn shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can do any of those things. I mean, definitely Guardians is fresh on my mind.
Okay.
If you guys wanted to do that, but I'm down for whatever.
I want to do Andor personally, but I am fine.
I might need another week for Andor.
Okay, well then let's do Guardians next week. Is Guardians a full episode? That's my only question.
It could be a short one.
That's fine too.
Yeah, sure. We'll do Guardians next week. Plan for some Star Wars stuff after that. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Please, rate, subscribe, tell your friends about the podcast. We're going to get better at doing these more regularly, I hope. But, please let us know if you have any feelings about Black Panther, if we missed anything. If you have feelings about Namor's bulge, please tell us, because we do too. You can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. Please also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies, on Instagram, real_phonies. Thanks, Zach Evans, for art, and Brian Velasquez for our thing. We'll see you guys later.
Later. Listen, if Florence Pugh was going down on me every day, I would immediately fucking know something was up.
If Florence Pugh went down on you one time, you should know it's a simulation.